This story happened to my friend. Lately, he has become very strangely withdrawn, and all the time he was afraid of something. Practically did not leave the house. He answered all my questions, that it was better for me not to know anything. This is for my own safety. Once we had a drink at his house, and I still managed to chat him up. It started last month. Kevin, my friend, woke up from the fact that someone was climbing in the entrance. The strangest thing is that the noise did not wake anyone. From his family, the man walked deliberately slowly, loudly tapping something on the iron bars of the railing. After every third blow, the man stopped for a second and continued his ascent. On the landing of my friend, the sounds subsided. Kevin quietly went to the front door and looked through the peephole. A man in a dusty old coat with a long cane in his hands was standing with his back to him. For a moment he was considering where to go next, when he suddenly turned around. Kevin screamed as a half-gnawed dead face stared back at him. Instead of the left cheekbone, there was a jaw with a row of small teeth. Therefore, it seemed that the night guest was smiling. Instead of eyes, there were huge blue ones like those of a blind squirrel. The dead man raised his pale, ring-fingerless hand in which he held a cane and slowly knocked on the door. And Kevin rushed from the door to his room. He spent the next hour listening to the sounds. We were all quiet, so he fell asleep sitting between the sofa and the wardrobe. Kevin even wondered if he had imagined it. But the next night it all happened again. The dead man slowly got up and stopped at the door. This time he was more insistent and left after standing outside the door for about 10 minutes. So he started coming every night, and every time he stayed more and more at my friend's apartments. By the time he told me, Kevin was already on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Periodically, he fell into a kind of unconsciousness and muttered all sorts of nonsense. The only thing I could make out was,
"The tenant will come for us."
2 days later, he was gone. Kevin's body was found in the morning by neighbors going to work. He was lying in front of his open door in his home clothes. Apparently, he was trying to leave the apartment. No violent traces, cardiac arrhythmia. This is from a healthy Kevin. The scariest thing is different. I do not know how much time I have myself, because I heard someone slowly rising at the entrance, after every third stroke, making a stop. And only in the nights it is quietly heard.